Morena, kia ora koutou. I'll just say karakia to bring us together this morning. Tūtau mai runga, tūtau mai raro, tūtau mai waho, tūtau mai roto, kia tau ai te mauri tū, te mauri ora ki te katoa, homie, huie, tai kie. Welcome everybody, good morning. It's wonderful to have you all here this morning to our final webinar for the year, the Remembering Light and Pūmanawa of Within. I'm Gauri, I'm part of the Kaimahi at Community Research. Welcome to Tuihana from Wu Wellbeing, who will be guiding us this morning. And we are absolutely thrilled to have Zana and Shannon, New Zealand Sign Language interpreters from WordsWorth Interpreting, joining us today. So welcome, and welcome to all of our attendees this morning. Thank you to Kaimahi and at Community Research, and to Alex for technical support this morning. Tēnā koe I tēnei ata, Tuihana.
Papa ki tu ana, nā tai ki maua, e neke neke hia, I nuku nuku hia, if you are re hia, e hotu, awa hine rua ki te wai, ki tai wui, ki tai wawa. Ki te whai ao, ki te ao marama, tihe mari ora, tihe mari ora. E mihi ana ki a tātou, tātou kua whakakotahi mai ki te kaupapa o Community Research Webinar. Tēnā koutou, tēnā rātou tai katoa. Ko Tuihana Ohia hau, no Naitirangi, no Ngāti Pukenga, no Te Arawa, no Mkizik, toku iwi. Kia ora whānau, my name is Tuihana Ohia. I hail from the centre of the universe, Mount Maunganui, Tauranga. And I have tribal affiliations through my papa, Ngāti Pukenga, Naitirangi and Te Arawa, and through my mother, I'm part of the Mkizik clan. So, and I feel very blessed and very honoured to be here today. And for some reason, I've just got to say, I'm feeling my karea roto, my feelings and emotions are playing with a little bit with me this morning. So I just need to pre-warn you that I'm a bit of a, tangi weto. I don't mind a few tears. So, but it's both an honour and a privilege to be here this morning, and I welcome you all into this space. When I first spoke to Janie and to Gauri about this webinar, I was kind of like, what do you think that people need in this time? And they kind of gave me, a bit of a description about what was required. And what was needed really, because it's really important, I believe, that in delivering these and having these wonderful opportunities is what we kōrero about, what we speak about really touches your heart. Today I'm hoping that during this session I kind of reach in and I touch each of your hearts. I come from a place of working from my heart. And I do things to me that really, it's not mahi. It's just, it's passion. It's more than passion. It's about nurturing others. It's about, that beautiful whakatauki, aroha mai, aroha atu, we give. We give a return. So it's about reciprocity. So while I will give my time and space to you today, your energy, you will give in return. So I thank you for that in advance. The whakatauki that we thought of And I just want to acknowledge Dr. Henimo Aura and her book Aroha, which has an amazing amount of whakatauki that have existed within Te Ao Māori for a long time. But one thing that really struck me when thinking about this webinar was this whakatauki. E nāki ana mua, e toto mai ana amuri. First clear the weeds, then plant. And I think that this is a time, especially as we're leading into Christmas and we've got all these outside influences that are causing us even more anxiety than I suppose normal. Present giving, cooking kai for whānau, for family. We've got interest rates going up and all sorts of, things that are happening. And it just feels like this world of, and I put this in the description, of overwhelm. It's fatigue, it's burnout, it's exhaustion. And I don't know how, they put it very nicely, but I know that in the description I use as it feels like a bit of an endless shit show, excuse my language, of much. And and oh my God, now Christmas is coming, holy hecka, and we've got all this work to do. And there's kind of all this searching, I want to search over here, and then I want to search over there, and then I want to talk to this person and that person, and we're all kind of looking for this magic, this silver bullet from somewhere to make ourselves to find the answers to what's going on for us. And when my question, and this is in the opening too, is when was the last time? When did you make the time and create the time and space to remember the light that's within, to remember your Pūmanawa, your superpowers that are within? And I just want to mihi to each one of you, because you've actually taken that time today, right? By being in this space, in this webinar for the next hour. I need to mihi, and aroha mai, I need to mihi to both Community Research and to both Zana and Shannon, who are online today, and for all the support, and Alex, for all the support that I've received in bringing this webinar to you today. But to get us started, I would really like us to just get really comfortable wherever you are. So, this is the great thing. I wish I could see you all, but I would really love you to if you're sitting, get comfortable in your turu, in your chair. If you want to lie on papatūnaku, lie on the ground, then please do. Keep your eyes open, keep your eyes closed. It's really up to you, but just please take the time right now to get really comfortable in the space from which you're coming in today. Kia ora. Now, one thing. Could you please put in the chat one word to describe how you're coming into this space today? Okay. One kupu, one word to describe open. Kia ora. I can see some names. That's all beautiful. Stressed. Kapai. Kapai. Open-hearted. Beautiful. Openness. Curiosity. Beautiful. Keep them coming whānau. Aroha. E ngingi aho. Ai. Ngingi is like, I got the English. But hoha. Then I use another Māori word. A bit kind of frustrated, but, but, a wanga. Ai. Peaceful, distracted, preoccupied. Lovely. Ingahe. Disappointed COVID in the whānau. Tired, warm, kapai. Time for yourself. Exactly. This is what this is. This is time for yourself. We're really glad to be here. Anticipating. Open for new beginnings. Kawhai. Mawiwi. Lizzie, I hope that you're feeling better soon. And to our whānau that have got COVID, please, all our love from us to all of you. Lovely. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable. We really appreciate it. And please, we just want you to be absolutely reassured that you are safe in the hands of all of us today. We are going to hold you today. We are going to hold you. Kia ora. Okay. I can feel all your energy in my hands and in my heart. Okay. So please get comfortable. Get comfortable, whānau. Are we feeling comfortable? Ai, ka pai. All right. There's this beautiful thing, and it's the reason why we walk on Papatūānuku, and that is ha. And ha is breath, and ha is the breath of life. Kei roto, we breathe in. Kei waho, we breathe out. And we're just going to take some time to think about our breath. And I want you to think of it not from your chest, because when we're breathing from a chest, our shoulders are going up and down, right? That's causing a little bit of stress sometimes. We want to breathe from our pito, and I'm just going to stand up for a minute. So from here, from our diaphragm, from our pito, from our puku, from our stomach. Some of you may want to place your hands there. Others may want to just place them by your side. Now, if you're up for receiving things today, then please place your hands up to ranganui. Place them up. If you're a little bit more closed off today and get the pai, that's fine. Then just lay them down. But however you feel comfortable, put them behind your head, however you want to do. You might want to have one hand on your heart and one hand on your puku. Ka okay, we're just want you to take a few minutes to really focus on your breath and breathing from your diaphragm, breathing from your pito. Kei roto, breathing in. Kei waho, breathing out. Ka pai. We're just taking our time with this morning. We are in no rush. And if you start to hear, chitta kori rori rori ro, in your hini naro, in your mind, just remove it and just focus back on your breath. Just say, okay, ki te pai, go away, focus on your breath. Kei roto, breathing in. Kei waho, breathing out. And as you do this, I just want you to just do a bit of a scan over your tinana. Just do a bit of scan over your body. From the very tip of your uipoko, your head, right down to your waiwai, to your feet. And just take your time. Take your time doing that as you breathe in and you breathe out. Ka pai. And when you feel like you're into a bit of a rhythm with your breathing, just want you to breathe in for the count of 5, for the count of 4. So take that breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the very top and then breathe out for 4 and pause again. I just want you to repeat that a couple of times. Breathing in for 4, pause. Breathing out for 4, pause. Ka pai. Ka pai whānau. Okay. Now, I just want you to bring some awareness to your tinana. You might want to open your eyes. You might want to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your feet. You might want to shake it out. Just shake it out. Shake, 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 do, 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 do. Shake, 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 do, 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 shake. Just shake it out. Ka pai. Ka pai whānau. The reason why we, utilize utilize breath is because it actually helps us to bring us into focus. And it actually, we become internal facing instead of outward facing. So it actually allows us to, well, you've given yourself an opportunity to pause. You've given yourself permission to pause. And now I just want you to take a moment of reflection and how that made you feel. And also, I would love you to put that into your kite of things to, when you're feeling a bit, nge, awanga, a bit tired or a bit stressed or a bit anxious. One of the quickest ways that you can actually lower that is to actually have some focus on your breath. So I just want you to take a moment and let me know how that made you feel. If you could put that in the chat, that'd be lovely. Nice. Nice. Aye. Nice. Beautiful whānau. Calm, aware, marino, at peace, balanced, grounded, present. Yes. Beautiful. More relaxed. More connected to self. Oxygen in the brain, absolutely. Gratitude. Beautiful. There's a kia tau te rangamari. Peace, love and harmony. Mm-hmm. And when we do ha, we're also bringing ourselves back into the present. We're turning that light inward facing. And we're becoming grounded to papatuanuku. Because that's the other thing that we can do if things are a little bit all up in the air for us, is to actually take our hou off, take our shoes off, take your socks off, and plant your feet on papatuanuku wherever you may be. And just focus on that breathing, You can do that before your hui. You can do that with your whānau. You can do that with your hapari, with your community. It's a really beautiful thing to do. And thank you so much. In amongst this cacophony, that beautiful word cacophony comes from, I learned that word from a beautiful man called Che Wilson. And the cacophony is the noise of things, because everything just feels incredibly noisy. And I don't know about you, but I have this overwhelming feeling at the moment of being quite tired. Can I just just tired, right? Tired. And so many of us have been through so much. Not just in the last 2.5 years, but with this year as well, as we've navigated our way from moving from COVID times into non-COVID times. And I think what that's done is it's almost elevated the cacophony, this rush, right, to now get things done. Yeah. So today we're going to take some time to think about our Pūmanawa, to bask in the light of who we are. And we're also going to take some time to visit Te Whare Tapawhā. And Te Whare Tapawhā, for me, is just an incredible model that is holistic. It's reflective of a Te Ao Māori practice. It's reflective of a beautiful man, Tā Mason Jury, Professor Mason Jury, who really brought this and has given this to so many as a taonga, as a gift. But if I was to just ask you to take a moment, your Pūmanawa, Your Pūmanawa, I learned that word from Pānia Papa when I was doing kapahaka way back in 2003, 2004. And our whole bracket, so bracket was like our performance was based on Pūmanawa. And she described our Pūmanawa as our superpowers and how we don't really acknowledge them so much anymore. You know, we kind of forgotten what they are. So if I was to share with you what my Pūmanawa are, speaking in front of people, whether I can see your kanohi, your faces, or not, is actually one of my Pūmanawa. I make the best Russian fudge and Edmund's kopo. And I also make amazing cream puffs or chocolate eclairs. And those, to me, are also Pūmanawa, but they're more inherited because my mother and my grandmother made those. But, you know, what is your Pūmanawa? And I've learnt of late that also a Pūmanawa that I've just come into as I've, I don't want to say aged, but, you know, as I've progressed in my years, is the ability to learn whakapapa, you know? So from from meretaka and hai moana came kawate, from kawate and wharapi came rongo kahira, from rongo kahira and hone ohia came rerea momo ohia, from rerea momo ohia and tirikawa wharo came tata ohia, from tata ohia and Josephine McKissick came Tuihana. So, you know, that's what I've learned. And that's become a Pūmanawa of mine because I've learned that not many people can recite whakapapa. So my question to you is, what are your Pūmanawa? Or what is one of your Pūmanawa? How, when you're standing in the light of who you are, when you know, and whānau, we tend to say, I'm a great, you know, it's my kids or it's my partner. I'm asking you about you. What is your Pūmanawa? Someone said their smile. Someone said connection to source. Another said nākau aroha. Beautiful. Please feel free to put that in the chat, whānau. Empathy. Beautiful. Humor. Creativity. Sense of humor. Storytelling for others. Pūrākau, that storytelling is beautiful. Ability to cook. Ooh, we're all coming to your whare. Aroha for others. Putting words to the strength of others. Oh, that's beautiful. An organizer. Laughter. Aroha for everybody. Attentive listening. Connecting people. Amazing preserve making and Christmas cake. Solutionizing tricky things with lots of variables. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Honoring my ancestors. Connect. Ability to connect deeply with others. Kindness. It's fantastic. Compassion. So, you know, it's good to be reminded of these Pūmanawa, right? It's good. It's good to be reminded of those Pūmanawa. Now, we need to bask in those more whakawhanaungatanga, caring and being there for somebody, sharing knowledge and strengths, compassion, resilience and persistence. All these beautiful Pūmanawa are coming through in the chat. My other seeing, oh, I love that. My other pātai to you is, where's a place of connection for you? Where is that place of hononga? You know, that place that, I've got that little smile on my face because I, you know, where's that place that makes you smile from the inside out? Where's that place where you just go, ah? Where's that place of home, of feeling really centered and at home for you? And it doesn't necessarily need to be a place. It could also be a person or people, right? When I ask myself that question, I think about our urupa back home at our marae tahi whakatiki romai in Tauranga. And I go there because that's where, you know, a lot of our tupuna live. It sits right on the edge of the sea. So, you know, not only I can see it as I'm talking to you. I can see it, right? I can smell it. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can hear it. And I can feel it. So where is that place for you? Moana on my boogie board. Moana. For me, it's going down the beach by myself. Tarawhiti tātahi. On my yoga mat amongst nature. Whangoro raglan, seeing the moana. The awa and the moana, West Coast only, black sand essential. I'm an East Coast girl. By the river. The beautiful thing about Aotearoa is that, you know, we have these places within really short distances. We have moana, we have awa, we have rivers, we have maunga, we have mountains, you know, we have roto, we have lakes. Whakatane river mouth, beautiful. It's connected with water and surrounded by people who accept me for me and hanging with my dog. Oh, I love that. The beach. Being with my father at the swimming hole in our awa. Lake Okareka, my home in the beautiful forest surrounding us. Yeah, because we're really close to the ngahere. We're very close to the forest. Being with my kids, being with my parents and my dog. Beautiful. The reason I ask you about that for hononga for you in nature with dogs is because, again, during these times, this cacophony of noise that often surrounds us is to actually why sometimes we can't always physically be there. Atinana, you know. As I talk to you and as I say where my place is for me, where that place of hononga and connection is, I can still feel it. I can still feel it, like intrinsically feel it within my heart, within my tinana, because it lifts my wairua. You know, it makes my hininaro feel fabulous. It just makes me feel loved and it makes me feel held. And in that, I remember my Pūmanawa. So I don't know if you can see this, but we're starting to build this kite of us, right? Because we're probably in lots of mahi where we nurture others, where we care for others, and not even mahi, but within our whānau, with our hapuri, within our communities. My pātai, or my kind of whittle to each of you, or challenge, is we must take care of ourselves. Hence why we're doing reflection on Pūmanawa. Hence why we're talking about that place where we have hononga, where we have connection. Ka pai? Yeah? Thumbs up? Any hearts? If we're thinking about te whare tapawha, so te whare tapawha, how I like to start te whare tapawha, or the whakaro, the kōrero, you know, the thinking or the speaking about te whare tapawha, is to think about hononga, is to think about that connection. Because from that connection comes taha wairua, your spiritual well-being, taha hininaro, your mental health and well-being, taha tinana, your physical well-being, and taha whānau, your family well-being. And just while we're speaking about hini naro, this word, or my interpretation of this kupu, is naro is to be hidden, and hini naro is to bring us back into present or back into the light. So it's like, people often talk about darkness, te pō. And te pō is, yes, it can be incredibly uncomfortable, but we also know from our tūpuna, from our ancestors, that it's also a great place of learning. And in moments of te pō, people navigated via the stars. So even in those moments of te pō or the darkness, we can still navigate, and we still have much to learn. Much like te ao marama, we were in the space of light. There is much, for a person like me, he pono kōrero, my honest kōrero is I tend to always want to, can I just stand in the light? Can I be in the sunshine? Can I be in the sparkles? But I've learned that it's just as important to be in te pō as it is to be in te ao marama. So when we think about te whare tapawha, and also knowing that te whare tapawha from a Western ideology kind of perspective, we try to box things. We try to make sense of things. With te whare tapawha, everything is interlinked. Everything is intertwined. There is no one without the other. But when you think about these different spaces of te whare tapawha, I'm just going to ask us, this is going to be a bit of an interactive space. And we've done that so far with the chat. And that is, we're question to you, and please, you do not have to put this in the chat, but I will give you a moment to reflect. And if you want to share, then please feel free to do so. When you think about your taha hini naro, so your mental health and well-being, where is that for you right now? Where is that for you right now? Where would you like it to be? So I will share with you that personally, within my whānau life, it's been incredibly challenging. And my hini naro has been a little all over the shop. So for me, one of my priorities moving forward is to actually take out those things that can niggle at you, where your mind talks to you and makes up these stories, because that's what they are. They're just stories. For me, I'm talking about me. And it's actually just to use my heart, and I did this last night, to use my heart to just say, no, that story does not serve me. So my hini naro has been a bit all over the place, but I know where I'd like it to be. I'm learning, one of our whānau shared, I'm learning how to let go of things I have no control over. Well, that's a perfect example of what I've been having to let go of with one boy that's 19 and another that's 18, and the challenges that's come with them. And someone said, thanks to some great counselling support, mine is really good right now. This isn't where I was a month ago. I heard your story and I recognise the same for me. Thank you, because I myself am having counselling, and it is such a great way of healing. Another way is to do ourselves with water, to whakapakere ourselves. So our taha hini naro, where is it now? Where we'd like it to be. Honge hongia, living in te whenua o Ngāti Kangaroo, feeling very homesick. My tinana is ruha. Much love, Kelly. But, where would we like it to be? Where would we like it to be? We've got here courage to stand up and be confident in our own power. Kapai. In our own power, to be confident within our Pūmanawa. To be confident in the light of who we are. Kapai. Where would we like our taha tinana to be? you know, where would we like that to be? So I'm quite fit. I'm quite fit, you know, like I like to be quite fit cardio-wise. I'm pretty good. But where I'd like to be is stronger. I have a bit more muscle mass. And so that's a bit of a goal for me. Right? And also, I'm going through something called menopause. And I'm learning that I just can't eat what I want anymore. What's that about? So, you know, just being a little bit mindful. So where is your tinana at? And where would you like it to be? Ka pai? Oh, I love this. I would like to be walking life confidently and feeling a good sense of belonging, knowing I'm doing what I need to be. Awesome. Awesome. So what is it for your tinana? You know, where is it now? Where would you like it to be? Some of us may be incredibly happy with where it is now. And that's ki te pai. That's great, you know. To be honest, I'm quite happy with my tinana. I'm just happy to make a few little adjustments, you know. Megan, I'm mindful of premenopause and my tinana and how I neglect that part of my whare. Yeah. It's easy in amongst the cacophony. It's easy amongst all the noise to kind of put that aside. We'll just put the tinana stuff aside for a little bit, right? But you know, your tinana if you can do a little bit, it's so helpful for the rest of your te whare tapawhā because it releases endorphins, it releases adrenaline. And, you know, we want to get that, is it called dopamine, you know, fix often from social media. But we can actually get that through being a little bit more active. And it doesn't have to be big things either. You know, people have this perception that we have to get out there and do this and do that. But it's actually what is it for you? Ka pai? And then taha wairua. So because of my taha hine naro, which is, you know, been a little bit of a journey, my wairua too, but knowing that my wairua is going through a bit, knowing that there's some growth, and knowing that I need to, if I cannot get home to Tauranga, is to actually get by the sea. Even by the awa, because I live in Kirikiriroa, and just to be by the awa, but just to be near water. And when I talked about whakapakari, so we whakapakari ourselves, we do ourselves with water. You can drink. It brings you to a place of tau often. It can be very calming. Water is a powerful source. And also being mindful of our taha wairua, our spiritual, is to actually think about the maramataka. So the Māori lunar calendar. Because the moon influences the sea, the moana. And if you think about it, we're like 90% water. Is it something like 90% water? So therefore, it is affecting us. So today, if we look at the maramataka, it's a phase of atua. A good time to observe atua interactions, reflection, and reaffirm. So our atua are like papatuanuku, ranganui, tawhiri. Those are our atua, our gods, tangaroa, you know. It's a beautiful awakening. So wairua, where's your wairua at and where would you like it to be? I'd love mine to be a little bit more settled, and I look forward to going home to Tauranga come the 30th of December and just be on whenua. And then also thinking, reflecting also on our taha whānau. So I tell you what, it was a bit of a mish this year trying to drag that kind of, you know, 18-year-old to finish his year 13. Oh, I tell you. But we got him there. Well, his aunties really. My mum's a bit slack, but the aunties got him there. And I'm happy to say that my boys are fairly settled at the moment. And that makes me feel really good, my whānau, you know, my immediate whānau. And as for my larger whānau, we're well, and I'm looking forward to seeing them all when I go home to Tauranga. So, and I've just had my mother here from Australia, my auntie here from Boston, because we celebrated our granddad's year anniversary. He would have turned 102. So, to be with whānau. So taha whānau is good right now. But what I want for it in the future is to see my boys thrive. So I have 3 sons, So this is a moment to reflect on all those various areas of your te whare tapawha, taha wairua, taha hininaro, taha tinana, taha whānau. And we're just going to pause. Because you're answering, if you're remembering the light within, you're starting to look within and actually discover the answers to some of the pātai you may have been asking of yourself. Because the light of you is within. But it's the remembering sometimes. One of my favorite memories as a child, we lived at Mount Maunganui, and this is before it became gentrified, and we lived one street away from the beach. One of my favorite memories is my father would always buy me a bright coloured new bikini every year. I loved bikini when I was little. And we would go down to our local beach at Arataki, which is just near Bay Fair. Bay Fair wasn't there in those days. And we would get pipi, and then we would take it back home, and we would cook our pipi. And then Mum would cut up some watermelon, and we'd eat pipi, and we'd spit watermelon. It was the only time we allowed to spit watermelon pips, outside from our back porch. And I often think about that. I think about that, as a memory, as a remembering of a time when I was incredibly happy and joyful. And often it's in those moments of being a child that we have those memories. And somewhere as we've, grown in age, we tend to forget those things, So it's about these places of joy. It's about these places of happiness. Those places of hononga bring me joy and happiness. My Pūmanawa brings me a whole lot of joy because it's for me, it's acts of service, of giving, serving. Right? And for a moment in time, I can just forget the cacophony. Yeah. Thank you. Kelly said, right now my wairu has been uplifted hearing this kōrero. I took it for granted at home. And then I love the memories you're sharing. I love the reminder to be better at remembering our joy and happiness. Yeah. And those moments of when if you've had children, or even if you've not, it's those memories of holding babies or cuddling babies. Babies bring so much joy. Maybe that's a bit of a personal kōrero or a personal whakaaro for me. I just want to sing you a little something to remind us of much. Ka pai? E ka kanoa hau, I rui a mai, I rangi a te a. 'Cause I can never be lost, I am a seed, born of greatness, descended from a line of chiefs. E ka kanoa. Oh, I got a little bit emotional at the end there. It's to remind us all that we are seeds. We are seeds. We are once seeds that have grown into rākau. Rākau that look different, that may have different coloured leaves, you know, that may shed some leaves and acquire new leaves. Some that don't ever shed. But this is this, you know, opportunity to think of ourselves as these kākano that have grown into beautiful rākau. Or puti, you know, or something from the ngahere. I love rimu, so rimu, you know, if I could be a rimu tree or totara, that would, you know, and if you've ever been in the space of a rimu tree, or one of our rākau in our ngahere in our forest that have been there for hundreds of years, there's a majestic quality about them, you know, and there's a majestic quality about each of you. A majestic quality of each of you. And when I talk about lines of chiefs, I definitely know within my heart and within my soul that I come from lines of chiefs, as we all do. No matter your background, no matter your culture, we have all come from lines of chiefs that hold us here today. And my intrinsic belief is that our tūpuna are with us every day, our tūpuna. As I'm talking to you, I may seem like I'm in an empty room, but it's full. It's full of our tūpuna. It's full of our ancestors. They are always with you. They're always with you. And you know, these taonga that we have, these Pūmanawa that we have, these gifts that we have, these talents that we have, the pūkenga that we have, the skills that we have. For me, for my personal belief, I've inherited those. My koro was an incredibly charismatic man, and my granny Makazik was an incredibly charismatic wahine. And I've, you know, I feel like I have a natural charisma which comes from my grandparents, you know, and my father's a bit of a charismatic fellow as well. You know, my mum and dad are the kind of people that talk to everybody and anybody. And that's kind of who I am. My brother's like that too. But I understand, intrinsically believe that the Pūmanawa, the many gifts that I have come from my tūpuna, from my ancestors. Both, you know, Pākehā, Māori, German, wherever they've come from. So I hope that you've enjoyed some of these reminders today. So, you know, in our kite, can you know, probably when we came in, we didn't think about how rich our kite was. We might have been a bit diminished. But look at us, we've replenished our kite. I don't know about you, but my kite feels like wowzers, it is like full. Right? Anybody want to put some fresh snapper fish heads in there? Please feel free to do that. But you know, my kite feels incredibly full. Full of the knowing of my Pūmanawa. The full of knowing the essence of breath, of heart. And just talking about that, when you hear that word Hauora, hau is your vital essence of who you are. Ora is to be alive, it's to be active, it's to activate. So your Hauora is the vital essence of you, of activating you. It's a beautiful whakapapa, right? Beautiful whakapapa. So, you know, we've thought about our Pūmanawa. We've had some reflection on te whare tapawha, around taha wairua, taha hininaro, taha tinana, taha whānau, We've reflected on those places of hononga, of connection, of whenua, places, spaces, or people. We've remembered that we are seeds that have grown into beautiful, beautiful rākau, or puti puti. He kākonua hei, e rui amai, e rangi ātea. For you can never be lost, I can never be lost, because we are seeds born of greatness, descended from the lines of chiefs. He kākonua ahai. And when we go back to that whakatauki of e nāki ana mua, e toto mai ana a muri, first clear the weeds, then plant. Today I feel like we've had to do a bit of, clearing the weeds, clearing those things that do not serve us, right? To bask in the light of each of us. And remembering of the magic of each of us. Ka pai? I just want to mihi to each of you for bringing your hearts into this space, your tinana into this space, your wairua into this space, your hininaro into this space, your kōrero and your whakaaro that you've shared in the chat, your connection, your hononga into this space, your Pūmanawa into this space, the sharing of breath into this space. And while I may not see all of your beautiful kanuhi, I feel you all. And I hope that today I have reached into your hearts and just touched it a little bit. And I also hope that today you have filled your kete and that you've remembered the light that is within, the magic that is within. I could talk for another 8 minutes, but I feel like the session has come to a close, or coming to a close. So I'd love you to put in the chat, describe one word and how you're leaving this space today. I see and feel the magic in each of you. I clearly see the bright lights in each of you. And let those lights shine. Let them shine, whānau. Bask in the light and all the beautifulness of you. Oh, wow. I'm trying not to look at the chat because I think I'm going to get a bit emotional. Oh. So, e mihi ana koutou, e mihi ana tātou. And also remembering that tātou, you, me, all of us. And just a special mihi to Zana and to Shannon. So thank you. Just want to send you all a whole lot of love, a whole lot of aroha, remembering, look after ourselves while we're looking after others, nurture ourselves to nurture others, and remember to enable us or to give us that strength to thrive and our communities to thrive. Kia ora whānau. Thank you so much. And over to Gary.
Oh, this has been incredible. Absolutely.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? No? Let's see. Can you hear me? I hope.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, hang on a tick. Just give me a minute. I think I know why. Sorry. Yes, I can hear you. I'm so sorry.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tuihana. Tēnā koe. Thank you. Thank you. If I can, I'll just say a few words just to thank everybody, and then I'll close us off with a karakia. But the recording of this webinar will be sent to all of those who've registered, and we would love for you to share it with your whānau, with your coworkers, with your friends, and it will also be available on our website. Tēnā koe, Tuihana, incredible. I'm speechless. I'm also quite emotional. Thank you. Thank you, Zana and Shannon. Thank you so much for the work you've done today. Absolutely beautiful. I will close us off, and thank you to everyone who's attended today as well. Thank you again to Alex and to our kaimahi here at Community Research. And I'll close us off with a karakia. Kua mutu o mātou mahi mo tēnei wā, manakitia mai mātou katoa, o mātou koa, o mātou whānau, aio ki te auranga. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, whānau. Ka kite.
Ka kite.